Drama on the drive. Chicago police surround a murder suspect, possibly armed, on Lakeshore Drive.
This guy is heavily armed. Proceed with caution.
What started in Harvey as a police chase ends in Chicago on the lakefront, shutting down LSD. And a good Sunday evening to you. I'm Chris Martinez. Jim and Mai are off tonight. Let's get right to that breaking news we've been following now for nearly 10 hours. It is finally over within just the past few minutes. The day-long standoff ended involving this man, Joseph Andrew Felton Jr. He was holed up on Lakeshore Drive near Fullerton, possibly armed with a gun, since this afternoon. Dana Kozlov has been near the scene all day. She joins us live now from Lincoln Park with the very latest. Dana.
Chris, as you mentioned, police confirm this is now over. However, Fullerton right here is still shut down. We believe this might have ended about 25 minutes ago. That's when, for the first time in hours, I started seeing movement. Police cars heading out, a fire truck heading out, some police cars actually up on Lakeshore Drive with their lights on, an indication that, yes, something has happened. We are also hearing that the suspect, Joseph Felton, was taken to Northwestern Hospital. However, that has not been confirmed yet. But this all ending about 9 hours after it began, after that high-speed chase, and even reports of gunshots.
Northbound is Fullerton. We have an officer down there. Officer down has been shot. And proceed with caution.
Sunday afternoon chaos on the police scanner. Minutes after the car police were chasing crashed just off of Lakeshore Drive.
This guy is heavily armed. Proceed with caution.
Inside the car, 43-year-old Joseph Andrew Felton Jr. wanted for allegedly killing his wife in Georgia. Police there say they knew he was driving a car with Illinois plates. Around noon, police here in the south suburbs apparently tried to arrest him. Felton sped off and the chase began from I-57 and onto the Dan Ryan before ending here. One of Felton's 4 sisters arrived on the scene and tried talking with him.
He's not making sense. He can't really talk in complete sentences. He's just yelling and screaming.
Officers also had a tough time talking with him. At one point, you could hear officers on a loudspeaker telling Felton to pick up a phone they'd tossed to him.
They're trying to wait him out and let him get tired and stuff so he could be in the right frame of mind so that he can just surrender. But they say if that doesn't work, the second option would be for them to put my other sister, who's over here in an armor, to take her down and speak to him.
Felton's sister says he and his wife moved to Georgia from University Park 7 months ago. This, they say, is a total shock.
Considering what had happened, and I don't know his frame of mind, but I'm sure if he saw us, and he would just come out safely.
Police still have yet to tell us exactly what went down after that crash occurred. We still do not know if an officer was fired at or was injured. I called just a short time ago. They say they hope to have more details later when all of this wraps up here. But once again, and it is all now confirmed, the suspect is on his way to Northwestern Hospital. I have learned the situation here is over. However, Fullerton is still shut down. We are unsure when the roads will reopen. Reporting live in Lincoln Park, Dana Kozlov, CBS 2 News.
Just an
Chris?
Incredible ordeal, Dana. Thank you for that. And as this standoff was unfolding today, we could hear intense commotion, police communicating with each other on the scanners, working to get a handle on this ordeal.
We got movement. Everybody watch the person next to you. He's still moving inside the car, squad.
Whoever's south of this vehicle, can you see what he's doing in that car?
Still moving inside the vehicle. We don't know how he's moving, but he is moving inside the vehicle.
And more now on the suspect and how this all began. Earlier today, authorities in Hampton, Georgia, were seen inside Joseph Felton's home. Felton had moved into this house with his wife about 7 months ago. You can see crime scene tape now surrounding that house where inside Felton's wife was found dead. The discovery was made yesterday. Well, investigators removed several dogs from that house, and neighbors say they simply can't believe it.
You don't think of nothing like this would be so close to home and happening in your own neighborhood, but that's why I'm so scared.
It's so close to home. You're used to hearing about it far off, but when it hits right next door to your house, that's a lot.
An autopsy of the victim, Felton's wife, is scheduled for tomorrow. And as you might imagine, the standoff caused a traffic backup like we've rarely, if ever, seen before. As the suspect held police at bay, drivers were cut off in both directions from Belmont to North Avenues, and all they could do was wait. CBS 2's Derrick Blakley has more on that frustration for drivers.
Traffic diversions triggered by the long police standoff produced gridlock on arterial streets all along the lakefront. What kind of traffic troubles have you had this afternoon?
Well, a normal about 15-minute drive is taking about 40 minutes at this point.
And he had plenty of company. The police standoff with the fleeing suspect, who was somewhere there near Fullerton and Lakeshore Drive, forced the closure of the drive in both directions. And that resulted in clogged streets all around the drive for miles around. The view from Chopper 2 even more telling. The northbound drive closed at North Avenue, creating long backups to the south and then miles of empty boulevard to the north. These northbound vehicles literally turned around by a police barricade. The result on the side streets, chaotic.
We have been coming from Oak Park and have been traveling for 75 minutes at dead stops. Literally everything in the loop, Lakeshore Drive, has just been completely shut off.
A nightmare?
An absolute nightmare. This drive should have taken 10 minutes.
Police patient with the suspect, and at least some drivers patient with police.
I'm glad that they handled the situation. Can't really be all that frustrating considering.
In Lincoln Park, Derrick Blakley, CBS 2 News.